We ready? Okay, so I need your help real quick just to review some of the stuff that's really important for what we call inequalities. So an inequality is just a statement where you're comparing two things that are generally not equal. And today it's like what you already know about inequalities, but with a twist. So our objective for today, go ahead and write it in your notes real quick. It says students will be able to translate inequalities from verbal statements. So we're going to take what you know about inequalities and apply them to the real world. Okay, that's what we're going to be doing today. So to start out though, we have a couple of symbols that we're familiar with. Just tap your head for me real quick if you've heard of these or you've seen these. And they kind of look like alligator mouths, right? So first off, let's start with this, 7 and 8. Which one's bigger? Which one's bigger? 8, right? So which way is my alligator mouth or my inequality going to face, just to start out? Kylie? It's going to face towards the 8. Okay? This is one of the questions on the do now. You guys killed it. You guys are able to recognize these symbols and use them. So here's where a little bit of a twist comes in. Okay, who can remind us, what is a letter that stands for a range of numbers that we don't know? What do we call that? What do we call a letter that stands for a number we don't know? Jason? A variable. So in this case, we're comparing a variable to a number. And this statement, when I read it, it says m is less than 8. So give me some numbers that m could be. What are some numbers that m could be? Well, I got Dennis and Kylie. I better get, this is Santa Cruz, so I could probably get like 3 or 4 more hands. What's a number that m could be, or that I could replace m with to make that statement true? Dennis?
Any number.
Hold on, side conversation. What could I replace m with?
1 through 7.
Say 1 through 7?
Yeah.
Yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Does it include 8? If I replaced m with 8, would my statement still be true? Some people are shaking my head. I need a silent hand to tell me why or why not. Trejan, why or why not? So it wouldn't? Why wouldn't my statement be true anymore? They're equal, exactly. And so I think this might be a new symbol for some of you, but based on what I saw in your do now. But if you want to show something is less than or equal to something, what can we put underneath our inequality statement? Lauren, what could I put underneath my statement? A line. And that line tells you that something is also equal. Okay? So what's the difference between this second statement and the statement that we just talked about? What numbers could we replace m with? Cam? 8. 8? And what other numbers? Give me some other. Eric? 7. Give me another number, Georgie. 8. How'd you get 18? 6. Why'd you change your answer?
Because
18 is bigger than 8. Okay? So notice that as soon as I put that line, that includes 8. Okay? So I just wanted to get us on the same page because we're starting our new unit and we're going to build off of that information. Any questions before we move on? Eric, Cam, then Jesse.
Are we going to finish at later this week?
We're going to do that later this week. Cam. Yeah. Could we get a team point to table 4? Yes, exactly. That line means that we're including our number. Okay? I saw one more hand. Jesse, you still have a hand? Okay. Dennis?
Why would you put a line? If there's only one number, so how would it be equal to or equal to some one number?
You hit the nail on the head. So inequalities in general, they have something called a solution set. And what that means is that there are multiple numbers that could be our answer, right? There are multiple numbers. So for example, I need at least 15 students to go with me to the Kings game. I need at least 15. Give me what are some groups of students I could give? Give me numbers. Dennis, give me a number. If it's at least 15.
14.
So at least 15, that's like me saying a minimum of 15.
Oh, 60.
60. What's another number of groups that I could give? James? Say that one more time.
20.
20, yeah. I'm trying to take 20 minutes to the Kings game. What's the smallest number of students I can take? What's the smallest number? Sorry, John? 15. Okay? And that's when, Dennis, to answer your question, right? There are situations where we want the equal number, and we want more, or we want less. Okay? And that's what's different about today's version of inequalities and what maybe you've done in the past. So now what I want you to do is turn to your notes where it says explore. And this is what I would like you to do as a group. What I want you to do as a group right now is, first off, cross out the second situation, because Mr. Rao made a mistake. The one that says maximum prep score. Go ahead and cross that out real quick. But for the other ones, so cross this one out right here. And as a group, I want you to answer 1, 2, and 4, and place your answer in the boxes next to it. So answers 1, 2, and 4. Silent hand. Which ones are we answering right now? Georgie? 1, 2, and 4. And where are you putting your answers? Dennis? In the box. Which boxes?
1. This one.
Oh. No, because we're skipping this one.
Yeah, that's number 2. You said 1, 2, and 4.
1, 3, and 4. Okay, Dennis. Where are we writing these answers?
In the explore box.
These explore boxes, and then what's right next to the situation. Okay? So go ahead and do that with your group. You have 3 minutes. Answer the questions about your prep scores. No, like how many merits we have in there. So guys, think about some stuff. Like, what prep score do I need to get to avoid Saturday school? What prep score do I need to go to get a free dress pass? All right, let's do number 1.
Well,
Someone read it to
dress
me.
pass is 130.
Is it 131 or 130? How about Saturday school? Is it 70 or 71? Or 69?
You're right about that.
69? So if you have 70, you're not getting Saturday school? Okay, so consider that when you're answering questions. So now go ahead and answer question number 1. So Kiki answered, how'd you get 120? How'd you get it?
70 or lower?
So go ahead and read the next one.
Oh,
130 for June 6th? This 120. Okay, so how about this third one? So let's count reset passes. How much do we lose for each reset pass? 5. Okay. And so what's my prep score if I got like 5 reset passes? What's my prep score? What's our prep score if I got 5? 75? So do I have Saturday school yet? Yeah. Let's push it. Let's get one more reset pass. Do I have Saturday school? You guys are disagreeing. Discuss your answer. Write it down.
0. So we definitely can't get 20 reset passes.
It would be 70.
If I have 3 reset passes, how much is that?
So, let me set the stage for you all. It's a Tuesday. Your prep score is 100. The day could go 2 ways. You could either be basking in the glory of a Jeans Day pass or a free dress pass, or you could be suffering in Saturdays. So today we're going to be relating the ideas of inequalities to real world situations, and we're going to relate them to our prep scores. Okay? So to start out, I need some information for you guys, because as I was making this lesson, I was like, you know what? Some of these numbers I'm a little confused about, and I bet Santa Cruz could help me out. So, first off, I need to see groups and company note taking position real quick, because we're deep. Samajic got ready. Kiki's got ready. Okay. So to start out, what is the minimum prep score? Thank you, Ms. Beba. What's the minimum prep score you would need to to get a jeans pass? Ooh, a lot of you guys know. A lot of you guys. Ooh, look at all these hands. Okay, Jimena, what's the minimum score you would need? 120. So, what other numbers or what other prep scores could I have to still get my jeans pass? Samaje? 120. What? Like, give me another prep score. 125. Someone else give me another prep score that will still make me eligible for getting my jeans pass. Jesse? So 121 to 129. Okay, awesome. So now the way that I would write this as an inequality, the first thing I would think about is what is my variable? So down here, what is my variable here? What's changing depending on the person? James? The prep score. So I'm going to call the prep score P. Okay? So we're going to write P right over here. The minimum prep score, we decided as a class, right, is 120. So I'm going to write 120 over here. So now, my prep score, as we've talked about together, it can be higher. So I'm going to face my inequality sign towards the P. Okay? Now, what do I need to add, though, to show that I can still have a 120 and get my free dress pass? What do I need to add? Jason? Got to add the line. Okay? So that's, just kind of set the stage, that's what translating inequality is all about. It's saying, what are we comparing? And then, are we including the number that we're comparing? Can I have someone go ahead and read the third situation that we went over together? James, go ahead and read it for us, please.
You can have no more than a certain number of reset passes to avoid getting Saturday school. What is that number?
Say it again.
What is that number?
What is that number? Okay, so first off, we need some data. What prep score lands you in Saturday school? I was a little confused about this one, so hopefully someone can help me out. Ooh, talking? Still talking? I just want to hear Taylor right now. Taylor, what's the minimum prep score? Below 70. So here's my question. If you have a prep score of 70, do you or do you not have Saturday school? And if it's not, and apparently we need a debate. Trajan?
No.
No? Kiki, what do you say? No, so what is actually the minimum prep score to get you into Saturday school? What actually is it? It's not 70. What is it? Eric? 69. Okay? So here's the thing. How much is each reset pass worth? Well, think about integers if you really want to wow me right now. Joshua? -5, okay? So now if it's a -5 each time, what were some of your answers for how many reset passes I could get to not have Saturday school? Jesus? You said 7? So what would my prep score be if I got 7 reset passes? What would my prep score be? Said it would be 65? Am I going to Saturday school? Yeah, I better tell my mom. She won't be too happy going to Saturday school. So if it's not 7, it's fewer. How many fewer though?
Equal to.
How many reset passes can I get? So Mama Rao's like a scary lady. I don't wanna tell her I have Saturday school. Trajan, how many reset passes could I get?
6.
So you say 6. What's my prep score if I got 6 reset passes? What would my prep
70.
score be? It would be a 70. So am I going to Saturday school?
No.
No. Okay. So the way I would write this as an inequality would look like this. So what was the variable in our situation? What was changing each time? Only 3 people know, and this is Santa Cruz. I don't buy it.
Man, team 2 though, 4 hands up.
Yeah, that's a good point. Jesse, what's changing in this situation? But like, so we were talking about something going up and down. What was changing in this situation? What were we trying to figure out? Reset passes. So I'm gonna write that as an R. Okay? And we went back and forth. We said 7, too many, right, Trajan? We said 7 was too many reset passes. So we said 6 was sort of like how many that you can get. So the way I would write this is my reset passes have to be fewer than 6 or equal to 6. So what would I do right now? Right now, 6 is not included. What do I need to change to make 6 included right here? Tavia? Put the line underneath. All right. And then for our next one, can someone go ahead and read our last example before I just kind of give you sort of like the steps for doing problems that are a little bit different. So Majid?
You would need at least
Well, a little louder. I've heard you be louder on the side.
You would need a certain number of merits to get a free dress pass. What is that number?
Awesome. So you need a certain number of merits to get a free dress pass. What's the prep score for a free dress pass? What's the prep score for a free dress pass? Joshua? 130. Do we agree? Okay, okay. So how many merits would I need to get a 130? Assuming I'm starting at 100. Assuming I'm starting at 100, how many merits would I need? Jason? What, little louder? 15. Do we agree?
Yes.
Okay, 15. So we got, what's my variable here? What's changing? What's changing each time, Hannah? My merits. And then we said 15. So now tell me, which way is my inequality sign going to face? Which way is it going to face? Jesus, is it going to face the merits or is it going to face 15?
The merits.
Okay. Why facing the merits?
Because there's more.
There's more? Okay. Here's the thing. According to this, what's a number? What's the number of merits that I could get? Maria, according to M is greater than 15. What are some of the merit numbers that I can get to make this true? 16. What's not included that should be in our situation? What's not included but should be? Isaac? What's a number that's not included but is actually true for getting a free dress pass? Maria said 16 merits. It's a number that's not included according to this, but I could change it really fast. How would I change it? A little louder? What do we call that? James? What do we call that? Eric, what do we call this? Not quite. So everybody say for me, inequality sign.
Inequality sign.
So I know that we use the alligator mouth as a way of like remembering, but in a math question, a constructive response, you don't want to write alligator mouth. You want to write inequality sign. Okay, otherwise they're going to be confused. They're going to think you're like living in Florida or something. Okay, and back together. So now, real quick, this is my time, and then I'm actually going to split you into different groups than you're working with right now. So be ready for that, okay? I gotta see if you can handle it. You can handle it, right? So first, wow. All right, step one, you want to identify the variable, the keyword, and the number. Those are the three parts of your inequality. So that's the first thing. You just gotta identify the information. That's the what part of UPS check. What part of UPS check is that? You're just identifying stuff. Cam?
Planning.
Yeah, it's the planning part of UPS check. Right? So that's the first thing. Second thing, you're gonna write down the two quantities, which again is the math word for just saying things, quantities you're comparing, and then you're gonna write the symbol that represents the keyword. And your quick checks are gonna be this. Is it greater than or is it less than? That's the first thing you're gonna check. The next thing you're gonna wanna check is my number included? Because that's telling you whether you do what to the symbol. If you want to go back and check if, like, for example, in that merit one, whether 15 was included or not, how is that going to change your symbol? How is that going to change your symbol? What would I put on my symbol to show that my number is included? Dennis? Oh, sorry, I hear a little bit of side conversation. I don't know if everybody got that. One more time? The line. That's what's going to show if my number is included. Question?
Yes. How do we know, like, how do you know that whether it's like the prep score is like the P is greater or the P is like how
Awesome. So, how do we determine it?
yeah, like because the other ones maybe are greater sign 6, but it
What was the situation? What was the 120 talking about?
prep
For what? What are we trying to get?
genes thing.
So, your prep score would be less than 120 to get a gene sit? So in that situation, you're going to know which one is bigger based on the situation that we're reading about.
And you can also always plug in a number for that variable and see if it makes it true or not. So, like, think about if I had it the wrong way and then I plugged in the number 110 and it would say that 110 would be bigger than 120, and I would know that's not true, so I know I made a mistake.
Absolutely. So before you flip it over and we do 3 examples together, please write inequalities up here. Inequalities are statements using these symbols that show the 2 expressions are equal. Okay? And then show me you're ready by flipping it over, and then we're going to go through 3 examples together, and then I'm going to switch you into new groups for guided practice. Okay? All right. Can I have a strong voice go ahead and read number 1 real quick? Georgie, strong voice. Well, hold on, but after side conversation, of course. Perfect. Go ahead.
You have more than $3. Write an inequality using the B to represent your money.
Perfect. Stop there. All right. So you have more than $3. Identify for me real quick. What is my variable? They tell you. What is my variable? What letter are we using? What letter are we using? D. What's my number? What's the number we're talking about? Leslie? And then what's the key word? Samaje. More than. So I'm going to circle that. And then I'm going to write my variable first. And then I'm going to write my number. Now, if I have more than $3, which way is my inequality sign? Remember, not my alligator mouth. Which way is my inequality sign going to face? Which way is my inequality sign going to face? Jesus, which way is it going to face?
To the B,
Why?
because it's bigger.
Say that again?
Bigger.
It's bigger. And is, so now do me a favor. Circle the numbers that we could replace the letter D with to make it true. Go ahead and circle it real quick on your paper. Circle the numbers that could make that true. Which numbers could make that true?
Circle all the numbers that make it
If
true.
they all make them true.
Oh, circle all the numbers that make it true.
Yes, sir. Okay. All right, real quick. Salian, real quick. Give me some numbers that will work. Kiki, what number will work?
2?
2. What? Oh, how'd you get 2?
Huh?
How'd you get 2?
4.
Oh, why'd you change your answer?
Because
Cause why?
the letter's bigger than the number.
The letter's bigger than the number. What do we call? What's the math word for the letter?
Variable.
Oh, the variable's bigger than the number. Give me another number. What's another number? Leslie. 5. Here's my question. Can I circle 3?
No.
Oh, yeah. Can I? If I have, we're talking. Put that. If I have more than $3, if I were to remember all of inequalities, we have to go back and see if our statement is still true. So if I put 3 here, is that statement still true?
No.
Oh, so that's your check, right? That's when you have to go back and see if the line is not under the inequality sign, you're not including the number. And that goes back to what is the key word telling us, okay? So let's go ahead and circle 6 too, because that's true. Could I have one other volunteer go and read number 2 with a nice, loud, and proud voice? Kylie?
The temperature outside is at least 65 degrees.
All right, so before we even do the inequality, please circle the numbers that make that true. So at least 65 degrees, probably like, it's hot outside. It's at least 65 degrees. Which ones would you circle? Which ones would you circle? Which numbers would you circle? Eric, give me one number you would circle. Someone else, give me another number you would circle. James? 72. Jimena, can you give me a number you would circle? 68. So we're seeing a trend. Someone tell me. Eric, when you said 65, how did you know to circle 65?
Because it says at least.
And what does at least tell you? Because that at least be 65. So that's, again, if you can circle your keyword, you know what the symbol is going to be. So real quick, what's my variable? What's my variable in this situation? Go ahead and read the problem. What's my variable? Jess, what letter are we using here? What variable are we using? We're on number 2. What are we using? Go ahead and read it real quick.
You said T.
Okay? T. Someone tell me what number are we comparing? So we have our temperature. What number are we comparing? Trishan?
65.
65. And then according to what we circled, according to what we circled, which way is our inequality sign going to face? Tavia?
T.
It's going to face T, okay? And now here's my question. Am I done? Am I done?
No,
Hannah, am I done? It says T is greater than 65. Does that represent my situation right now?
No.
Why not? So what do I have to change right here to make that true? Put the line. All right. So for number 3, please do that on your own. And then when you get it checked off, I'm going to tell you what your new group is going to be. No, just for guided practice. Miss Biba, I'm going to tell you what your group is. Okay, Miss, when I call your name, go work with Miss Biba and that's back to the non-structured. At table 4, you're going to just work with her at table 4. Taylor, Jesua, Jesse, and Trajan. You guys are just going to work with Miss Biba. Miss Carly, you have a group in a second? Okay. Okay. Move, sweetie. We got it. We got to start guided practice, okay? Lauren, Kiki, Tavia, and Eric, you're going to meet at table 2. Okay? No, you don't have to put it under the desk. Table 5. I need, James. You have to go to Dennis. Oh, that is right here. Leslie, Georgia, Humana. Give me the table 5. Hannah, Samantha, I will go with approve Kylie. If you don't have a table, please meet me up here. I'll take one. There you go. Where'd you put the little line in there?
At table 4, table number 6.
Alright. Georgie. Go. Oh, I'm sorry. Miss Carly, you're gonna take your group to table 1. Hey, students, table 1. Maria, table 1. Actually, Samaj, I'm gonna have you go to table 1. Go to table 6. Jason, go to table 6. No, just I'm gonna work with Georgie. Why can't we be like our own? That's what we're doing without teacher. Or you can do table 5. Kylie,
You teach me, but
actually,
We'll
just
get
on
there.
Kylie working.
okay. So go ahead and read now.
Okay. Table 2.
Go again.
Like each of your groups. I just want to check one thing because I know you guys are like.
Okay, let's go ahead. Let's identify.
So,
Those 3 things.
yeah, so in which case, let's go over it together. Ready?
Keywords.
So go ahead and read
What is
number
the
1.
last one? Variable, keywords, O, and a number. Okay. So who can tell me what
You have fewer than 800 points. So what is the number we're talking about here?
800.
So if you have fewer than 800, what numbers are in your circle right now?
Oh,
750.
Okay, what else could you
is our
circle?
what are
500.
Okay, could you circle 800?
Okay, let's do it.
No? You don't think so? Exactly. So now, what are the 2 things we're comparing? What's the variable, what's the number? Okay, so what is the symbol we're using for points right now?
P.
So write P, and then go ahead and write the number. Start with that. P, and write the number. Jason, you got that? For number 4, what are the 2 things we're comparing? What's the variable, what's the number? Eric, what's up?
Number 6, I mean, like number 5 and 6 are the same exactly.
They're slightly different worded, right?
Okay.
The P is gonna be bigger because you're taking away points.
So now, which one's bigger right now? The points or 800? Based on everything you circled. So what you said, fewer than 800, right? What numbers did you circle?
Right inequality.
It could be 750, it could be 500. Is that bigger or smaller than 800? So which way is that inequality sign going to face? Towards 8. What's that you saying towards P? So if it faces P,
What was our number?
so do you see the difference? Okay, so that's the way it's going to go.
What is our variance?
If you feel comfortable, move on and then I'll check the next. You feel good? Okay, go ahead and join table 3.
Okay.
Okay? Join table 3. Alright, you guys ready for the next one?
Right, that's our slide.
2 minutes. Do you want to go over? You want to go over it with me? Or you feel good? Good? Okay. Next. Isaac, can you read the next one for me?
Does that make sense? I have fewer than 8.
Oh, we gotta start the line.
What does fewer mean? I have less. So if I
Here.
put in one of these
Stand or
numbers,
sit.
what numbers can you plug in? If I put
Yeah, so what are we comparing here?
And then $565. So if you look at our
Okay.
inequality.
More than $75. Circle the numbers that could apply. Which ones could apply? More than 75. More than 75.
77. Does that make sense?
So did you circle 75? No. Why not? Yeah, so more than means it doesn't include that number, right? So now what are the two things we're comparing? If you know them, go ahead and write them down. Otherwise say them out loud.
So this is wrong and 75 is wrong.
Go and write those two things down. And then if you have a hunch about what the inequality sign is going to be, go ahead and write that down.
I get everything else, but I just don't get like
The line under
like as soon as I get the equality sign down.
this flips back.
Yeah, but I got
Sometimes, so that just means you got to focus on finding that key word each time. So do the next one, see if you can circle the key word.
Like that?
At least, so Hannah, you have at least like 5 dresses. I'm looking at your class, you have at least 5. At least 5.
oh more.
You need a prep score of at least 120 to get a jeans day pass.
I have, so does it say that I will have like
So at least
what does it say?
means like
Soccer pain?
that's your bare minimum, right? At least means that's your bare minimum. That means you can always go higher with at least, right? Like if you have at least 120, could you go higher for a dress pass? That's where at least comes in. At most is when that's your maximum, and that's when you can go less.
750.
You got it. They're just phrases.
Wait, so which one's the right one?
So 75 and higher.
Do that last one.
Yeah.
Go ahead and read the problem out loud to yourself. Read the problem out loud to yourself. Dennis, were you good?
I thought it was it's greater. Like 75 is greater.
But the
This is small.
Okay. Read the problem to me one more time.
6 friends recently moved. Your friends spent at least $75
So what's the key word here?
at least for like
And that's the minimum, right? Can you go higher?
yeah.
Can you include that number? And you can always at least.
Yeah.
So circle those numbers and see if you can write that in equality.
Who's reading number 5 out loud?
D is bigger.
Wait, hold on. Somebody's gonna read
Like
it.
just
You didn't circle 75. Why didn't you circle 75? So that means you're really honing in on what that key word is. Go ahead and do the next one.
more than
Okay. What's the other line more than?
same.
What's my number?
Go ahead and read that out loud.
What's my variable? C?
You can grab an extension worksheet right over there.
Okay. So what do I know about my inequality?
11, 10. Actually, for all these, I want you to think, does it, okay, so how much? And then tell me, does it include that number? Okay? And that'll fit something.
Because I ate more than $75. So if I use one of my numbers down here.
Just make sure that you're going over, like, whether that keyword includes the number that you're calling that. George, come here real quick, real quick. What'd I do? I didn't do anything. I'm gonna show you something.
When you want me to say it now, I know the way.
You're not. Alright, I'm gonna go over to the full class real quick. Okay, real quick. It's all over the place. Come with me.
77, 79.
Alright, real quick. I know something. Whole class. Eyes and five. You just. Eyes and four. I got James. Love you, Georgie. Eyes and three. Eyes and two. Alright. Real quick. I just noticed something. So, there are a couple of key words that I think we're just not used to seeing, and so sometimes can be a little funky. So the first one is this. When you see, it's on this side. So when you see no fewer, and when you see a maximum, okay? If I have a maximum, like this room is at maximum capacity, I can only have up to 600 people. What are other numbers of people that I can have in here? If my maximum is 600, that's not actually true. It would be like a mosh pit in here. If it was 600, what can I actually have instead? Taylor. What can I? Maximum is 600.
No.
500. What about that? What else? What's the highest number I could have? Also, you love how short I am. I'm like, Trajan? 600. So that should help you. The other one is no fewer than. What's another way of saying that? If I have no fewer than 250 friends on Facebook, what's another way I could say that? No fewer. No fewer, Hannah?
That you have no less than
Yes.
200.
Yes. Awesome job. No less than 250 friends. That's what that means. So for some of you, I've just been noticing, like what you're not quite sure when and where to put the line. That's when it is. The other thing is, if you have more than or less than, are you including the number you're comparing? If you have less than or more than, like I have less than 5 dresses at home. Do I have 5 dresses?
Yeah.
I have less than 5 dresses. Say that again? I could have 4. What other numbers could I have? James? None? I could have, well, probably not -5 dresses. That means I owe you 5 dresses. But that's the idea. So go back and check those things as you're going through it. Okay? That's all I wanted to do. So you're good for now.
So you made me follow you.
I just wanted you to
Okay,
be.
these are the 6.
I understand.
Five, 6, 7, 8.
No, they all have 7 different keywords on there. Right?
That's like maximum, right?
My friend, right, the friend spent more than $75. This Alaska and we went crazy. We bought candy, we bought popcorn, we bought giant slushies. We spent no less than $75. All I read that doesn't any quality.
I mean, I get this sign,
Could I
but like,
How much was in this?
In my head, I know it's right.
Yeah, exactly.
No less than
You're spending more than $75, right?
$250?
Yes, all those numbers. I put 75 and I wrote it like this.
How would that change?
I put that into my inequality and I wrote 77. It's great. 75.
Oh no!
It's the same.
It's allowed.
Less than.
6 your friend spent at least $75. How would that fix that one? So what would that look like?
Maximum 200. What's the biggest number I
Okay.
Smaller?
no, it's bigger.
No, it's 75. Is that correct?
How come you put the line underneath?
So it's gonna be 75.
Include more than
Yeah,
75?
if I'm gonna go to the movies, I'm gonna spend at least $75 when I go. The smallest amount I'm gonna spend is 75, but it can get bigger from there. So what numbers would affect you from there? So what numbers would affect you? 75. That's like a max. 75? What else? Why is it 73?
You gotta think about it in real life, right? Your mom said, the most you can spend is $75.
All these
You come home spending one of them, I mean, I need to make this work. What you need, sweetie? Okay, come on, Joe, what you need? Do that fast. Slash, whoever threw that pick on the ground, make sure it gets in the driveway. Done? Grab an extension sheet, it'll give extra good points for your group. You get up to 4 points if you get them right. Grab an extension sheet. Grab an extension sheet.
They
You got
spend,
4 points.
so what's my keyword?
Grab an extension sheet.
lesson. What's my number?
Sweetie, he's trying to help.
No, but like, I don't. No, I am, but like, I just still understand.
Okay, you just gotta put yourself in the situation and circle the keywords. What are the keywords? Go ahead and circle all the keywords.
How do you know?
Because it says
That's it.
back there.
No, we're gonna sit right here for now. You can help us out though.
Just less than.
I love hearing your explanations for everything. Okay, so my keyword is less than. So what does that tell me?
This is.
Which one does my max sign is my 200?
So,
Say max 200
for me? What other numbers?
What I need to increase.
Oh, yeah, nothing, no.
Why not?
200 be okay?
So I'm not gonna spend $75? If I'm
Oh,
spending,
say you spend that maximum 200?
right, 100% right. So what number is
I was like, oh, yeah, I forgot.
Perfect. All right. Jesus, read this.
Yes. Yes. So number 8 is like the example of like how much a truck can move, right? Or like how much a bridge can move. Max.
Wait,
Not at
so
least.
this,
And what?
what's up
What are my keywords?
Oh, yeah.
What do you think? I'm spending at most $75. I have $75 in my pocket. That's okay, so I'm spending more. So this is like more than $75.
Eating the beef.
It's supposed to be, and then variable. Right.
I ate at least.
How many have less than
And then more. What else would I? I have $75 in my pocket, so I can spend. I will $75. I have so many more money after. So what are my numbers down here? That I have
71, 72.
And what else?
75.
Oh, you just forgot to put the line because this is this one. So. Oh, we just.
Which is better, Baskin Robbins or Phone okay? Or sit alone.
Yeah. It's the same. So they spend their less than $75. So it's like saying, my mom gave me $75. My mom graduated from high school. She'd be like, here's $20 for you to go to the movies. But I expect change. So does that mean I can spend all $20 of it? No. So this is like your mom, like, smage. Whoever, grandma, mom, dad, friend, you're like, here's $75. Treat yourself to the movies. But I want change. So can you spend more than $75? Spend all $75.
You can just get your own change.
Spend $75 total. Like, can I say no? So what if I only pay?
Not like that.
Boys up. Thanks.
Right? Because it's like, if
Like,
and the way how I check it is listen, I plug in my numbers. So if I plug in 69, so the way how you wrote it, would that make 69 bigger than 75? Right? So you can just double check that. Okay, number 9. Who's reading number 9 for me?
so I put a last one.
Okay, what's my keyword?
Is there any other questions I can answer?
What's my number?
You can pull up a chair and put that
I love your enthusiasm. Okay, $200. 200. What kind of keyword does that spell? How should I help you out?
I wish this could be our new
The limit, right? So I can have most. How many do you add?
Most 20. 200.
200, right? Because it says I can add have a maximum of 2
I
subjects.
feel like you could.
And then you could go,
Okay.
you could have 201?
Yeah, set next to each other.
No. How many can I have?
190.
Eyes on 5.
I got Cam, eyes on 4. Eyes on 3. Two math teacher, Miss Rao. Hi. Okay. We're about to take our final check. I know some of you aren't done. If you are not done, that is just like a part of the home. That's just gonna be part of your homework, so make sure you get that done. Those of you who got an extension sheet, it's not necessarily homework, but if you bring it in, I will add the points to your total. For our final checks on him, what is the voice level and why? Tell me why too. Hannah, why? And why?
Because if we're talking, then we have to copy each other, and that's not our own work.
Why is it important that you do your own work? Why is that important for me as a teacher? Okay? Why else? Someone else. Why else is it important? Why else is it important that you do your own work? Why does that make me a better teacher for you? Kylie? Exactly. Then I know what you need to work on. So for that reason, you've just given me a lot of really good reasons. Between Hannah and Kylie, give me a lot of really good reasons for why the voice level should be silent right now. Take out your laptop, get started. It should be final check 32. You can show me work on the last page of your packet. But you may not need to. Gentlemen. Quiet for a second, okay? And when you're done, just do Khan Academy while you wait.